College football is finally here. We've been waiting for 10 years. None of us ever thought we'd see the day, but damn, man, it feels good to be back. And because it's coming out, and it is out, I only got two things worth saying. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby. Well, great way to start this off. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Video Game Madness 15, and we are here today to cover and review College Football 2025. Now, this is 10 years in the making. We haven't seen a college football game since 2014. Now, I'm going to let you guys know ahead of time, I have never played 2013 or 14 of NCAA college football, but I have played NCAA College Football 09 for the PS2, which you guys will see a playlist of me doing the Campus Legend / Road to Glory thing. But anyways, I also did the Road to Glory stuff and played a little bit on NCAA 11 as well as NCAA 2012. So I do have a little bit of experience, know-how, some ideas here and there. So we're going to compare little things here and there, and then we're going to talk about the big thing in the room, which is the game modes. But here, let's first talk about the gameplay, shall we? Now, EA, the people over there at EA Sports, they have talked about adding a new mechanic, which would be the revamped passing. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I enjoy it. I think anything that provides new controls instead of the same old crap is very commendable. And also, too, with NCAA 25, it's really challenging, and I enjoy that type of challenge. It's something I haven't actually seen since 09 during the Campus Legend / Road to Glory type mode. But just playing the game, even on Play Now or whatever, it is tough. Now, if you play on Heisman or the All-American thing, it is a little too buff. But something that does need to be said that is very good on what EA Sports did is the pageantry. Now, that's what makes college sports, especially college football, so special. Is that, all these great traditions with these teams that make them, as a team, who they are. Now, there are a few things with, just the simple playing thing that I personally don't like, and that I'm actually kind of mad about. And one of those things that we will talk about is, for example, the challenges. Now, I don't know if this was in college football or whatever, but I do know in earlier stuff of Madden, during the challenges, you would see your ref that would say, challenge, this team will do a challenge, then it would show replay thing, and then the referee would go and be like, the challenge has been reversed, the team will not be charged with a timeout. We don't see that here. Unfortunately, instead of that, we just see a replay and then go straight back to the game, and we don't hear anything from the referee on saying if it stands or if it's reversed. Another thing, too, speaking about the challenge mode there in itself, is that, you can't challenge whenever, you want to, or when a play is questionable, it won't allow you to, unless, every now and then, which is crappy. Which, I think is, the challenge thing, it's a step up. I will say that, because I have seen that there's been older college games with like no challenge mode in it. So seeing it in here is good, but this stuff is just missed opportunities, you know what I mean? Another problem that I have during, just the simple playing of college football is the halftime show. And being honest with you guys, the halftime show sucks. It's, in my opinion, not completely as realistic as, what we've really seen. Although, it is a step up from, like let's say college football 2009, and it does hold a little bit more interest compared to Madden. But then again, Madden isn't setting the bar that high at all. For halftime stuff, I want to see, the commentators every now and then actually interacting with each other. Like how you see in ESPN Football 2K5, where you see Chris Berman giving halftime shows and highlights from other teams. I want to see something like that. And college, NCAA college football and people there at EA Sports have had 10 years to work on this, and they didn't do jack shit. And you could almost nearly get the impression that they had the idea of doing the same thing that they did with Mad 24 and some Mads previous, to where they just show, stat boards on the stupid thing. But they also took what they did from, like, let's say NCAA 11 and 12, to where they show your stats, then a couple of highlight replays, and then that's it. Showing all that is good, but we deserve more than that. And I think it's kind of asinine that you say that you focus on making this game being super real as possible, to where it feels like, a real game, or you're watching a real game, where you guys completely dropped the ball on this one aspect. Now, although for right now I've been hitting this thing hard, one biggest thing that I will compliment this game on is that it's fast paced. It's not anywhere as slow as Madden, and if anything, it does do miles past it. And the gameplay, it's fun, it's enjoyable. Like I said, fast paced, the passing and everything. You gotta find the right person to throw it to. You gotta find the right technique. You gotta, play call in your head. And if you're not a football person, that could be a tough thing to do. But if you're a football person with a little bit of football experience, then maybe this is actually quite easy for you in some cases. Now, let's go into our second topic, which is going into the category of game modes. For our topic of game modes, we're going to start things off here with Road to Glory. Now, I'm going to give you guys a quick little story and everything, and then we'll go straight into this. But my first experience, you could say, with Road to Glory was in the Campus Legend mode in NCAA College Football 2009. And I enjoyed it. I loved it. The classes were really fun, in my opinion, permitting on what you were trying to go in and graduate for. And it had this challenge to it, where if you slipped under a certain point of GPA, you couldn't do anything. And you had tests that was, during each midterm or exam, which I thought was really cool and, if anything, really realistic. Here, in this game, this is the worst part about College Football 2025, is the Road to Glory. Now, I love doing the Superstar stuff on Road to Glory, or just doing career modes, because, I know that I'm never going to be the guy to play football in college, that I'm not that type of caliber type person or even player. And, when I feel like, especially now that I'm not doing football and my season's over, done with for good, I go to college football, or whether that be 25 or was going to be 25 or 09, and just, pick a team, whether that be Bowling Green and work from the ground up, or just go crazy on my player and go for someone like the Buckeyes. Here, in this, in college football 2025, Road to Glory is absolute garbage. Let's actually dive into the game itself so I can go into graver detail and also really criticize this thing, because this is the worst game mode into the entire game, and it really, really pisses me off on how lazy they were with this one game mode. Okay, so we're here in the game, so let's go into Road to Glory, and I can show you guys some of the issues with this shit heap. Let's go here to start, because I haven't actually made one here on my main account here for YouTube stuff.
Have a look around and customize the mode settings to your liking.
Now these,
where you can also set up custom conferences.
Now these two, I don't mind, being honest with you guys. I don't really care, about custom conferences. Do what you gotta do. Your preference, or if you want to make things interesting or whatever, which can go for replayability. But I don't mess with that or the Road to Glory stuff.
Now let's get started by choosing the caliber of recruit you want to be.
This is something that I have a problem with. Number one is that usually I like going in as the underdog, because that lets me work from the ground up. It makes me want to, do good and strive for trying to get with the best team. Here, it's not the case. You go in as the underdog, and no matter how much practice you do, you're going to be out for basically the entire game, and for the entire first season, your freshman season, you're going to be sidelined. And it's to the point where you basically have to either do the blue chip or the elite just to get through it if you want to have a possible shot on just being a starter or coming close to it. But let me click through one of these things so I can show you guys my next problem with the Road to Glory. The other issue that I have, apart from having to choose whether you want to be an underdog or whatever, is the limitations here on what position you want to play. Now, this is stupid and definitely feels like a major letdown, because I know for a damn fact that in the older NCAA college games with 09, 11, and 12, maybe 13, 14, I don't know, is that you could choose any position you want. Here, you're only held up to being a quarterback, halfback, wide receiver, middle linebacker, or a cornerback. We deserve, all positions in college football, not just these very few shitty ones, period. But it gets worse, if you guys can actually believe that. For a game that's as great as this, it gets worse. Okay, here's another issue here, is the messages. Now, during my time of playing this, the messages would go by way too damn fast, to where you can't read all the messages. Now, here when you start off, it's not all that bad, but later on, if you want to be the one to read your messages and whatnot, you can't do it, which I think is very, very annoying, in my opinion. Our next issue here is the practice mode. Now, this one is a major slap in the face. Now, in the practice mode and the mini game stuff in Madden 24, I absolutely hate it. It felt like a major slap in the face to, the people who have played the older Madden titles. And this here is no different. This feels, if anything, just like a half-assed Madden 24 port. The only thing that I could say that I had major fun with and really enjoyed was the battle positions that would come up. But even them, to a certain extent, is broken in this very game mode that you guys are seeing. Now, this is another major thing. Now, this was done in the same thing in the superstar fuck up in Madden 24, and basically, if you're second string or third string or whatever, it basically just simulate pretty much the entire thing. You won't get no playing time, you don't see any plays, and this is stupid. This is major letdown stuff. If I'm on the bench or I'm a backup quarterback or anything, or just, being on the sidelines after I get done playing offense, I want to see the game. I want to see it play out from start to finish. And there's a cool way where they could have done that, but no. They wanted to take something that they saw within Madden and throw it into this. And it's ridiculous. They had 10 years with this game mode. 10 years! At most, they could have just reskinned and do what they did for the, college football 2009 and just call that Road to Glory. Because the classes, even in this, isn't all that fun. And, I liked doing some of the classes. It helped me learn a little bit more. But no. We're going to go to another gaming topic or another game mode to talk about, because at this point, it's just pissing me off. And it's really going to hurt the freaking rating in the long run. But let's go talk about Dynasty mode. Alright, now in the terms of Dynasty mode. I actually enjoy the Dynasty mode in College Football 2025. Although, it still feels very lacking, very, I guess you could say, bare bones. Now, even in College Football 09 and NCAA 11 and 12, I've never played the Dynasty mode on any of those, so this is really my first experience with it. But, it just feels like, what EA was doing was just like, okay, we're going to do this just to shut, some of our fans up and get them off our ass for a little bit while we, make Madden NFL more shitty. But, I enjoy it. And probably if we're going to live stream some College Football 2025, which we very well might do, we might actually be live streaming some, Dynasty mode stuff. But, now for other game modes, while we're still on this topic, we're going to briefly talk about Ultimate Team, and it sucks. It's garbage. EA Sports, if you guys are watching the small ass channel, take that garbage out and stop, making and throwing in Ultimate Team when real fans don't want that shit. The stupid dumbass, pardon me for my language, but the stupid dumbass people who are a super fanboy on the college games and go like, oh yeah, Ultimate Team, this is awesome, is completely ass. And the only reason that they're doing this is to help, kids gamble. And, it's just EA's lazy-ass cash grab that they've done with Madden, and now they're going to be doing with this. And I'm willing to guarantee within the next 3-5 years, maybe, that NCAA will be no better than Madden NFL, because they'll just keep on giving people the FU. And in terms of Ultimate Team, there's only a few things I need to say on that matter, and that's fuck you Ultimate Team and fuck you EA Sports. But on a serious note, I don't mind the Dynasty stuff. Like I said, it's fun, it's great. If you want me to make a video talking about what I think could be made to make Road to Glory better, definitely let me know down there in the comments. I would greatly appreciate your guys' feedback and your guys' thoughts on the matter. Alright, that's all for this college review. And, I want to give this game a 10 out of 10 rating. But I can't do that. Because this is not a perfect game, not even in the slightest. And, you know, another thing, too, that I forgot to mention earlier with gameplay is that the marching band is a completely missed opportunity. And the reason that they are a missed opportunity is during, you know, halftime, you could have like a quick 1 to 2 minute show of the marching band, you know, playing out there on the football field or something like, you know, what you would actually see. And, you know, I think that all in itself does degrade. But also on top of that, you have to consider Road to Glory, which for me, that really does take major points off of this. So, in the end, I'm giving NCAA College Football 2025 a 6.5 out of 10. I was this close to giving it at least a 7. But with all these problems with it, as well as, you know, the garbage, half-assed Madden look with Road to Glory and bare bones of Dynasty, although it's fun, it's still very bare bones. It just doesn't deserve at least an 8. It deserves very less. Now, maybe they could surprise us by doing an update or something in with us, but it's EA Sports we're looking at here, and they don't do anything. They don't listen to their, you know, support, their fans, whether that be from Madden or college football. That's all for this video today. If you guys like this video, definitely consider dropping a like. Your guys' support definitely means the world to me. And you know, who knows, maybe if this goes by really well, we might do a review on Madden 25, which, you know, could be a possibility. It's something I won't really rule out, although being fairly honest, I have lost hope in Madden and EA Sports, so, you know, never say never, but it could be a possibility. We'll have to see how it goes and maybe how this performs. But again, thank you all for watching this. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. Take care and have a wonderful day. Also, too, most importantly, stay safe out there.